we spoke earlier before we started, and you asked about, how do you get to certain points in your business and all. And, I think our business consultant, I call him our coach, Eddie Drescher, one of the first things he told me was one of the greatest strengths of a small business is your ability to implement change quickly. And our whole career, the 20 years, that has been something that's really kept us in business. Is we didn't start with this concept of executive lifestyle and what the magazine was going to be about. It was going out, we had a concept, we tweaked it. We had another concept, we tweaked it. And it was to a certain point where you kind of hit that golden moment where all of a sudden you've tweaked enough things that now you really have a product that you can sink your teeth into, and that's where you take it, you roll.
And you don't always have a clear vision.
In the beginning.
Yeah, in the beginning, and that evolves too. And then once that vision becomes clear, then you can move forward with full force. And if when you understand who you are, then you can tell people who you are. But until you understand exactly who you are, it's kind of hard to present that to people in the marketplace. But that can't stop you from presenting, because that's how you learn. You learn from people's feedback on your business, and you learn from the long nights when you're awake and you're thinking in the middle of the night, oh, that just didn't work. What's the next thing that I can do?
And listening, your greatest resource besides your team is your clients and your people that actually, some are your clients and some aren't your clients. The ones who tell you no are the ones you learn from too. So, in our history, when we came upon and changed the name of the company to Executive Lifestyle, that was the point where we really knew what we were about, what our mission was, what our purpose was. And that was really transformational in terms of our company. So when we're talking to other people that have a dream or a vision, that's a point we want to make is, you start it and don't keep planning and planning and planning. What does Eddie say?
He says a bad business plan gone after vigorously is better than a great business plan that just sits there
that's
and
never implemented.
Exactly.
So those are the type of things that we've learned, and we're always innovating. We have a whole online version of the magazine. We have a whole online platform that takes advantage of all the newest social media and technology, but it's all built around the core concept of the magazine, which is this, work and life are not here and here. It's like this constantly. And
it's not always a balance. We understand that.
It's a pendulum that, you're in balance for a minute and then you're out of balance for 15. And
the goal is just to try to get it in balance so something doesn't suffer in your life. And sometimes it can be family that suffers, and that's the most important thing in your life, because your business will come and go, but your family, is the most important.
To that, can I ask about the target audience you've picked? And we're sitting here on a beautiful afternoon in Norfolk, Virginia, and there are tall buildings behind us. Are you focused only on the people that are running the businesses that are in these big buildings?
Okay, so that's a strategic decision you have to make when you're supported by advertising. So the beginning part of that decision was made almost by itself. What's a target market that we can reach out to that clients would want to reach? So we picked business leaders and decision makers. Right? Hampton Roads has 47,000 businesses. And so those businesses are big and small. I believe this is correct, but I think only about 20% of them have over 25 employees or more. So you have a great deal of small, medium-sized companies that make up this market. So we didn't want to just focus at someone maybe running one of these buildings. We wanted to focus someone from the top of that building to the person that has the one-man shop, but they have their business. So that was our main focus. A lot of the content in the magazine is pretty much good for anyone, because we're all people. We're all humans, and we all have the same type of wants and needs and challenges. But really, from a marketing perspective, we figured, let's grab this audience. One, because it would be a great audience we could sell and help our clients reach. But the second thing is, this audience these are the leaders. These are the people that have spheres of influence, whether it's in their company, in their church, in their community center, whatever it is, on boards. The way I met Steve is through a board, So the people that we focus on, they have a reach and a scope outside. And then the concepts we talk about are really for everyone. So that's what's neat about our online is the online is free. to everyone 24/7. So we mail to a specific group, but we offer it for free to everyone else.
You get to travel a bit, as I understand it. Could you tell us a little bit about the opportunities you have to travel?
I think a good lead into that would be Heidi talk a little bit about passion, what we believe about passion, and then I'll come back into that.
The last couple stories I've talked about are passion pursuit, and I read Good to Great by Jim Collins, and who talked about a hedgehog concept, which is what you're passionate about, what you can be the best at, and then this is economic, but what's the economic driver, where can you make money? But there's also, I think, a personal passion, and it's the same concept, and it could be how you can make money too. If you can make money from it, that's even better. You know, the magazines are passion, and it happens to be our business. And when you're passionate about something, you're going to work as hard as you can to make that happen. And so we've talked, the last article and in this issue is about finding that passion going forward. And even in whatever season in life you're in, you can still change, and you can still, even if you're near retirement, you can find something you're passionate about and chase it. And Bill happens to be very passionate about soccer. He was, I didn't know a thing about soccer when I met him. I'm from Pennsylvania. It was a football state. And I come down here and I meet this guy who all he does is referee. And I'm thinking, what have I gotten myself into? He starts his business and he's gone refereeing all the time. But it's his passion. And we believe that even as a side, maybe you can't do your business with it, but you can have something like soccer or art or something that fuels you, something that gives you the energy to go back and do your job really well. And that's what passion is all about. Because sometimes you can't have a job in your passion, but you can find something that gives you that energy so you can be the best parent, the best business leader, the best friend you can. And so Bill is a Major League Soccer referee, and he's also, for 26 years, he's been the coach of a high school varsity team. So that's his passion.
So in a sense, the magazine has become, hopefully we're practicing what we preach. You know, we're very passionate about our families, we're passionate about our church, and my personal passion was the soccer. Now Heidi has totally supported me in that. Well, the soccer takes a lot of time. When we first met in '91, I reffed like 323 games that year. Now, I ref about 20 pro games a year and maybe 30 or 40 college games. So it's still a lot of time away. But she realizes that it's the soccer part that really is something that adds to my vitality, to what it really, you know, I can go ref a game, fly to a city, come back, and it would be an exhausting trip, but I still come back energized. So that's what we're trying to say in the magazine too, is, okay, like in our case, we've been able to have a successful business and still be able to pursue a professional career as a referee, etc. So we're trying to say to other people, find whatever drives you, find what your passion is, and build it in small increments into your lifestyle. And maybe in the long term, that can be your job. You know, that can become what retirement's probably not the goal. You know, who wants to really retire? Bored. So it's to do something that you're really passionate about. And Heidi shares that in her next story. Her dad is a pastor. He retired, and now he's back doing what he loved to do, but on his schedule. So, you know, that's what we really believe in terms of the passion. We believe it's a very important part of any business. And if you can find how you incorporate that into your business plan, we think your chances of success increase, you know, incrementally.
For example, for me, I love to work out, I love to run, and I don't love to run, but I run. And I schedule it in my day. It's part of my work day, because if I don't schedule it, it doesn't get done. And it's just a small hour and a half of time, but boy, it fuels me for the whole rest of the day. And some people are in a season of their life where they have small children or even teenagers and they're running them all over the place, and you may not be able to spend an hour a day on your passion, but you can spend maybe 10 minutes a day or maybe an hour a weekend. And the goal is not to make people feel guilty about not following their passions, but feel energized and revived, and at least seek it out. And find out what's important to them, because sometimes we get lost in our life, and lost in our jobs, and lost in our roles as parents and spouses and business owners. We need to find that thing that's just us.
And we believe it's never too late to start.
Yes.
You know, it might take 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, but ultimately, if we can have that type of situation where we're passionate about what we do every day, and we're helping people, our slogan is life's best rewards come through serving others. You know, if you can build those things, how could you not have a great life?
Given the travel that you do, I would imagine then that gives you some perspective on where we live here in Hampton Roads. Can you tell us what you see as the future of Hampton Roads? Do you see us being a place of the entrepreneurial spirit, if I might?
Yeah, absolutely. Often when I'm traveling, I'm speaking with people on the plane, and they say, "Where do you live?" And I tell them, Hampton Roads and our area is, in my opinion, the best place in the country. And I've traveled to most of the places in the country. Why? The people. It starts with the people. There's a lifestyle here, a sincerity that I find in people, opportunity. We're a big enough market where you can start a business like this and grow it, or we're behind a couple major banks right here, you know. And then, of course, we hear the kids yelling in the background and screaming, the water, the activities. So from a business perspective, whether it's a small or large business, I think Hampton Roads is one of the best markets. And then, of course, economically, we have the stability, unlike very few other places in the whole country. You know, we've been in a recession for the last couple of years, and it's been tough for everyone. But we in Hampton Roads have certainly fared better than most of the rest of the country. So we're very lucky here. It's a great place to start a business.
So where can we learn more about Executive Lifestyle Magazine?
You can see our online version at execlifemag.com, and then we also have a site called partnerwithelm.com, which will give you more information about our magazine and the business that we do.
Great.
Excellent.
Well, thank you very much, Heidi.
Thank
Bill,
you.
It's been a
thank you
pleasure.
very much for your time today.
Yeah, it was
Thank
a
you.
pleasure. Thank you.
Thank
for the
you.
opportunity.
Thank you for joining us as we are on the road in Hampton Roads, showing that the American entrepreneurial spirit still exists, and we want to be its voice.